All right. Oh, I'm here. Am I live? Okay, it's telling me I'm live. I'm here. Hello, welcome. Just doing an open panel on a Thursday night. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Um, so that's it. Let me check the news. Let's see. Trump lashes out at Biden. Oh, the prisoner exchange. The Hamas guy. Harris team. Oh, right. She's working on picking her VP. Okay, so not much in the news. There was a ton of people streaming earlier. Let's see who's out in the streets. Like I said, this is the what is it? The Skreet Cafe. This is where you could come and chill out. Hopefully, chill out from whatever wildness is going on out in the streets. Provo. He's like doing a react to Jack Talcott, so that's some good hate watching or content for Jack Talcott. Um, Tommy is streaming. He's a lot of these people stream and watch other streams. Looks like that's what he's doing. I do that sometimes. I try to limit it. We watched a lot of the Trump stuff, speeches, but just to watch somebody else's panel, I'd rather just have a panel. All right, I'm not sure what Tommy's watching or what he's up to. Caucasian Sasquatch. um, I guess that's it. Some people are done. Oracle was streaming. Uncle Fatty. All right, well that's it. We can do our own thing here then. Um, what else? Is there anything we can talk to the AI about? I kind of I think my poor little brain can only handle a little bit of the woke stuff each day. So I'll wait till tomorrow to ask it some more of that. If not, I'll just I guess hang out here until people show up. Keep it going. What rabbit holes am I into right now or on my mind? The Jesus thing I kind of put on hold because they said it's more of a process than I remember this one church we went to. It was like a product. We were older. We were like teenagers. I think we went with my stepdad or maybe some family friends. And hey, cult. And I remember you could go up and get saved. And if you went up in front of the church and confessed, like you asked Jesus to come in and be your personal savior, like it would happen right there that day, that night, in front of the congregation. And so they would call people up. And they have a line of people that would go up, and one by one they'd go on the little platform, the dais, whatever, and they would pronounce like Jesus to come in and save them. And I did that. Like my whole family did it. We went up there one by one. So I remember I got saved, and it was supposed to be instant. Like once you ask for it, it happens right then and there. And salvation, you are now saved. And so I think there's different views of it as to how long of a process it is. But I made myself open. If he wants me to know something, he'll make it available. Or I also asked for some kind of sign. So I'll keep you updated. It seems kind of like a dating app. You have to keep messaging, checking your inbox or your notifications. What a trip! I don't think I did. I think when I was in my mind at the time, I went along with it. Like I was still a believer. um, I think I have very hazy memories of it, but I do remember getting saved, like making the public declaration of getting saved. But I don't. I'm sure I thought it was a good thing. Like, yay, I got saved. Jesus is. But as Catholics, we were taught that because of baptism and then communion and then confirmation, which I did not make, we were like double, triple saved anyway. And the additional thing, this is what really did it. They have a thing in the Catholic Church called a scapula. Hang on, let me see if I can find a picture. Scapular. That's what it's called. Um, it's these little. They were in plastic. It was these little pictures of, I think, Mary and yeah, it was like these little things. Hang on. The Catholics had all kind of cool stuff, and it was like a necklace. I wish they show somebody wearing it. And you put it on, and like one of the little squares went over your chest, and the other one went over your back, and you wore it under your clothes. And as long as you had your scapular on, no matter what happened, what you were doing, you automatically went to heaven. It was like an automatic free pass into heaven, as long as you were wearing that scapular. So I always made sure to have my scapular on as well. And so as a Catholic, I felt very secure. Plus, I was a pretty good kid, believe it or not. And I tried to do the right thing. Like sometimes for confession, every time before mass, the priest would go into the front of the church and sit in this little room. It's like a little box, like almost a closet. And they had some curtains, and you could go give your confession, like tell everything you did wrong that week or that you feel guilty about, and then he would give you a penance, which were some prayers to say, or like a rosary, and it depended on the severity of the sin you were confessing. And he would like do a little prayer, go and sin no more over you, and it cleared you for the week. And sometimes I would go to confession, and I thought it was a sacrament that you had to do every week. It was part of the mass. It was part of being Catholic. But it was really it was optional. It was when you had something to confess. And so sometimes I would go in and I didn't have anything that week. I didn't do anything bad that week that I felt bad about. And so I would have to like really rack my brain and try to think of something to confess. And making up confessions for things you didn't actually do is harder than it sounds. Oh, sorry. I guess I'm done with that. Yeah, and they also had like saints, all the different saints. The saints were like Marvel superheroes, and they all had different powers. And whichever you could have these little saint medals for whatever purpose you needed it for. And one of them, I think it was Saint Christopher or Saint Michael. People would have it in their car. It was like a magnet, or it would stick onto your dashboard. And if you had a Saint Michael in your car, then it saved you from car accidents and car wrecks. So you always felt more safe. As a kid, you didn't know better, but I always felt more safe and secure in a car if it had a St. Michael sticker, uh, medallion on it. Let's see, your dad denounced Catholicism. It wasn't really, oh my God, my dad's side of the family is Christian Science. We didn't grow up with them. We like knew them and we visited them and stuff, but we didn't grow up with them. But that was his whole side of the family. And I remember when I went to my grandma's house, I visited her a lot. I would like spend the night and stuff. And she never had Tylenol or aspirin. If you had a headache, there was nothing to take. if you needed a Band-Aid or some Bactine or anything, nothing. Her medicine cabinet had no medicine in it. And I thought that was weird growing up. But we weren't programmed anymore. It was called catechism class, and it wasn't any more programming than you would get at like a public school classroom. Is is that you in the back? Um, can you flash your camera so I can see if you're a real person and not a troll? And can you tell me in the back that you're really who you are, or tell me in the comments because I want to bring you up. And so it didn't feel like programming to me. They just told us Bible stories and we colored worksheets and we learned the sacraments and some prayers and stuff. Hey, if that was you, come back up. I'm serious. I want to be sure that it's not. We've had some trolls that impersonate people from the chat. So if you come back on, I'll bring you up and I'll just put it behind an overlay until I verify. I don't think you're gonna porn bomb me. So yeah, that was so I really felt saved as a child. I wasn't a bad kid. I did all the extra protections. We had all the sacraments. I was baptized as a baby, and I was saved at this Protestant church because I went up and I did the public declaration, where a testimony, whatever they called it, where you pronounce that you accept Jesus into your life and He saves you. But my life went on as normal, like nothing that different happened afterwards. And I still had the same problems that I ended up having down the road anyway. Colt, do you want to come back up? Be- or anybody else? If open panel. Open panel. I feel like the Maytag man sitting in the basement waiting on the call. Ah, you see what I'm talking about. It had a name and everything. Like it wasn't a because sometimes the trolls you could check their what YouTube account it's coming from and it's obvious who the trolls are. But this one had an actual realistic name that looked like a real person. I bought it. Very good. And when I asked them to cam up and tell me who they were because I didn't mention the name, um, they left. They dropped off. I guess I should be flattered that I'm being targeted at all. Here I was talking about being the Maytag man in the basement, but I'm actually not. I have troll attention on me. I've been I pull up streams lately, and apparently I'm a topic of conversation. I hear people talking about me, and some of it's people who hang out on this panel a lot, and I don't ever hear any of this about me when they're on here, and so it's weird to pull up other panels and hear people that you hang out with all day saying things that you're hearing for the first time. That is one thing I like about the panelverse. I've always said there's no behind your back on the panel. You get to hear, you get to go watch the behind your back stuff live. And I don't ever feel like I'm talking behind somebody's back. If I mention them on this panel, they could be watching for all I know. Um, People have a way of, yeah. My preference, my first, if I could just have everything go my way, it would be conversation. Like the minute somebody had a problem, they come and can I talk to you, and we'd have a conversation and resolve it, work it out as adults. There's other approaches that I could accept outside of that. It's not One thing I wonder about me, and I maybe it is a Jeff thing, or maybe it feels personal and it's not, or maybe it happens to other people, but I get the feeling I might be intimidating or difficult or not the easiest person to approach or talk to. I think I'm approachable. I try to make myself pretty open and have people feel like they can tell me whatever they need to tell me or talk about whatever they need to talk about. I try to create that environment. But even doing that, I noticed this throughout my life, not even the panel verse, like even before in real life, people have, when they have issues with me, it can be a while before I find out about them. But they'll talk to other people. Like they won't. If I have a problem with somebody, I go straight to. I cannot wait to go to that person. Let me tell you what's wrong about yourself or what I have a problem with, because that keeps it keeps things fresh. It keeps those lines of communication clean and open, and keeps that trust intact. So I try to get all that clear. I don't like all that. It's like cobwebs uh, that clog up the friendship. So I like to clear all that away as soon as I notice them. You can come up if you want, Browns boy or Lanza. I don't have to call you anymore. We were all taught. See, that's what I encountered that in the gay world too, because in my generation, gay people were very good at hiding, masking, lying, being in the closet. And so it seems like every single gay person out there just had this natural ability to lie and deceive. And you have to always be cautious and conscious of that fact. Yeah, me too. That's people that can fight. Like if we have beef, let's fight. Let's right now. And then so 5 minutes later, we can get back to the good times that we were at. And someone told me, someone up here, when I first moved here, said that she lived in the South for a while. I think it was Mississippi. And she said it was always amazing to her that people in the South would fight, like knock down, drag out fights, screaming and yelling and hollering. And then she said 2 weeks later, you would see them at a barbecue and they would be best friends. And she thought that was so weird about the South. And I'm like, yeah, that's completely normal. That's exactly how we fight in the moment when something sparks a fight, and then we get it over with. And 2 weeks later, we are at the barbecue together because we handled it. It's over, and we're back to where we were. We're back to our baseline. And the people up here are very conflict avoidant. They like, if they have an issue, they're going to cautiously, indirectly start hinting, and they circle. And sometimes it's not even in one conversation. It's over several conversations over days or weeks. They'll slowly tiptoe into the issue. And I could tell they have a problem. I just don't know what it is. It's like connect the dots or charades or something until they give you enough information to start filling in the picture. I like people that can just give it to me. Just give it to me as as obviously as you can so that my little retarded pea brain gets it. It's got to stick in the brain. Don't hint. Don't try to spare my feelings. Just tell me. That's what I'm gonna best receive. Hey, Ladybug. Good evening. Just hanging out, doing holding a panel open. Yeah, see that energy concept keeps coming up again. And for me, I don't know if it's so much energy as that I notice when the pattern changes. Like whatever makes it. Sometimes I don't even notice I'm noticing a pattern until there's a change or a disruption in it, and then I'll realize it was a pattern because you see that anomaly. And I don't know if I so much pick up on energy as I when I'm watching, observing, or taking in data. I notice little subtle changes and just timing and it, just all kind of little things that like I build up a picture over time of the pattern, people's patterns of how they do things, the way they do things, the frequency they do things, the times they do things, and then when that changes, I notice it right away. And um, I watch what they say and what they do, and the if there's little discrepancies there. It say it mean to do it. So don't say it if you don't mean it, because I'm going to notice if you're saying it but don't really mean it. And don't say it and not do it, because I'm going to notice that. And if you say it and do it but don't really mean it, I'm going to notice that too. So I guess it needs all three. How did you? Let's see. Did you hear? What is chin? Okay. You get me every time. Oh yeah, we had everybody like all the cat. We had a lot of our school was Catholic. I'd say probably three quarters of us. Um, None of the kids cared on the playground. We all played together. We were one class. We didn't care about religion or color or race. It's just whoever. We all liked playing with each other, and we grew up playing on the playground together ever since Head Start, kindergarten. But I do know that we knew which kids went to catechism after school because the Catholic Church was next door, and which ones didn't, and which kids went to the Baptist church and which ones didn't. And but it didn't mean anything to us when we were actually at school. But I do remember on the playground, like in fourth or fifth grade, we would play church, we would play mass, and we would bring like white bread, like what is it, Hostess or Wonder Bread, in little plastic bags to school. And at recess, we would tear them into circles, and that would be the host. And we have like the Catholic hymnal for the week, the little book that has the missalette that has all the readings. And one of us would be priest, and we would all sit around. We'd like go through the mass at recess like we were doing church, and then when it came time to communion, we would hand out the little circles of Wonder Bread that we had torn into circles, and that was fun. Like we had so much fun playing Catholic church on the playground. It was only the Catholic kids that would play that part. We did it under this big oak tree, and it was only like five or six of us, I think, that actually played church. I don't know how I got on this topic. Anyway, we aren't talking about. Yeah, well, my big thing is that here, I never get tired of showing this chart. Thank you. Any opportunity to show this chart. The spectrum of self determination, the threshold of independence, the zone of transformation, the green arrows that lift a community upwards, and the down arrows that drag them down. Look at how miserable he looks. Um, I'm trying to foster conversations and connections and community that does this, helps people reach and cross this zone of transformation into independence, self-determination, autonomy, etc. I think that makes for the healthiest communities. Um, and so that's the conversations I try to prioritize on here. And the drama stuff just does not. The drama stuff is going to be more likely to be one of those red arrows that keep you mired, enmeshed at that less transformative, less self-determining level than the kind of conversations that to me are the norm on here, or I try to have be the norm that actually advances people's understanding and sense of connection and self development and all that. Oh, you went to Catholic school? Changing in gym. I wanted to go to the Catholic school in high school because all the really smart kids, the gifted kids, went to the private school because they had the best education. They were going to give you the right level of challenge and stimulation, plus, you were going to be like people like yourself. And all my friends went there. And we tried to get me in. And I remember we went and met with them, and they were willing to it was a financial issue. They were willing to take me, but they couldn't come down on the price or work a scholarship or something like that. So I wasn't able to afford it. But I think for like 2 days or something, I showed up at the school. They let me in while they were working out the process. And I got so excited that I was actually gonna go. It wasn't that it was a Catholic school because I had already left the church by then, but it was you were gonna learn Latin and all kind of stuff like that. And it got pulled out from under me, and I got dumped back into the normal public school system that I was so bored and miserable in. But I did do what's called a not a Cursillo because I did one of those when I was younger. Is it agape retreat? And it was at the Catholic school, but it was like a weekend retreat. It was not for the school kids. It was for just Catholics in general. And I remember the Catholic school had this big hall, wide, like a mall almost. And we slept in that hall. We had like our sleeping bags spread on that hall. And the classes were held in that hall. They would like screen off little areas to teach. So this whole retreat was in this school hall. And it was really weird and fun. And so I did that. But that's about the extent of my private Catholic school experience. I know all of my friends that did go to Catholic school seem to have gotten very good educations. New Orleans has the Jesuit school, which is supposed to be one of the best at education. Exactly, the right people to talk. Right. I'm trying to figure out who those people are because, like I said, I have a knack for thinking that just at the moment I think I found the right people is the exact moment I discover they're not. It just blows up somehow, and my illusions along with it. And so I'm really bad at finding those people. I think I'm doing it, and then I find out that it's like the mole. I got fooled. Public school victim. Oh, you worked at a Catholic school. Cool. A lot of my nieces and nephews go to Catholic schools, and they're getting fantastic educations. I'm so I had no hand in any of it because I didn't grow up around them when they were growing up, but they turned out. I'm so impressed with how they all turned out, and I think the education had a lot to do with it, or at least the education was built on the foundation. Was able to build on the foundation that was already being laid in the home. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow grind, Colt. I'm gonna still keep doing it, but it's I've always thought this is a bus. Like, what is it, the Merry Pranksters? I'm driving a bus, and people come on the bus, get off the bus. Eventually, there's going to be a few that pile up in the back that are in for the long ride. But right now, I think we're still in the bus stage. Diversity admissions. Yeah, something like that. There were, especially gifted kids, there were ways to get, because they didn't exactly, although Louisiana didn't do that bad, really. They didn't always provide for the gifted kids like they needed. And so sometimes they would cut corners and pull strings and have little shortcuts to help the gifted kids get that edge they needed. Sustainable human. No, let me go look it up. I tell you what, I will at least subscribe. Evolving human consciousness. This looks like climate changey, Green New Deal ish. Oh, excuse me. But I'll see. I went ahead and subscribed. Okay, let's see another Catholic school. Confirmation classes. Yeah, that's. I was in the classes, and my mom actually taught some of the classes, and it was during that time that I had my crisis of faith. It wasn't really that much of a crisis. It was just like a gradual transition into the scientific worldview. Um, and so by the end of the classes, I had decided not to go ahead with the sacrament itself, and I backed out of. I mean, she was so disappointed because, and I was her first child. So you look forward to seeing each one of your children make communion, baptism, communion, and then confirmation. And I got right up to the finish line of confirmation and decided not to go through with the actual sacrament. And I think that was a big letdown for her. But it was nothing to do with her, and she did everything a Catholic mom is supposed to do. Oh, yeah, that's how it was at the school I went to, the residential school. Um, yeah, actual pharmacist kids. We had we had a couple of them that had parents that were pharmacists. Yeah, but it was weird because I didn't know them as that. I didn't know what any of that was. They were just kids like me. They were like my people, people like me. Some of them were neurodivergent, but all of them were gifted, and so we just understood each other. We were less weird. We could have the kind of conversations that were interesting to us, etc. So to me, they were normal kids, and I was part of that. And I didn't realize the class difference till way later, like probably even after high school, maybe college. I started realizing that they live very differently than I do. I do remember one time at the gifted school. This is an interesting story. Um, it was my senior year, so I had already been there 4 years. I was very established, well known. Everybody knew me. One of the counselors, we had dorm counselors, residential counselors, and they were like also mentors. They were gifted themselves, etc. They were part of the community. They were, a lot of them were the older kids that uh, came back as counselors afterwards. And we were in the cafeteria one day eating dinner, and we were with the long tables, and I was at one end of the table with a little group of kids, and our counselor, the counselor for our class, so he was like our personal counselor assigned to our class specifically, was sitting with us. We were all talking. I don't remember what the conversation was, how it started. It could have been anything with that crowd, but I remember out of the blue, for no reason, I have no idea where it came from. He just berated me and said something like, "Jeffrey, you backwoods redneck yokel," um, like all these rural epithets, and he was just like unleashing it at me. It was so shocking to see it coming from, and I just sat there. I'm like, "Wow, where did that come from?" I had no idea that my rural upbringing was ever an issue for anybody at this place. We seemed like all this big community. He instantly regretted it. He apologized. He felt horrible. Everybody around me came to my defense. Like nobody thought that what he said was cool. It just came out of him. It was built up. I touched his buttons the wrong way. Didn't even wasn't even aware they were there. And so that was like even in that community there were different senses of in group, out group, biases and prejudices, even within that community. And then when I came up here to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, I kind of got some of that same treatment from that same type of crowd, the intellectual, mostly liberal, middle, upper middle class, supposedly enlightened crowd. I told you about, well, the ex for sure, and then another guy I went on a date. They both called me swamp rat, which was an old historical insult for Cajun people. I still don't know what it means. Um, so yeah, I think there's no group that's 100% immune from that. With any group that I'm in, there's always a part of my identity that's gonna stick out as not belonging in there. Oh, from are you talking about in the one in Illinois? Is it Chicago or Indiana? Where's Notre Dame? Notre Dame? the You think it's deliberate? Like, why? I don't know why anybody would target my channel. I'm such a small channel. I don't feel like I'm a threat to anybody. I don't really do drama content. I definitely don't like people will make entire videos about like they'll take my content and clip it and make videos of their channel highlighting things about my show. I definitely don't do that kind of stuff. I might review a stream now and then. Chuck, are you serious? We're like 60 away? Wow. Man, if we could get over that 500, I'm not saying anything miraculous is going to happen, but at least I will have the ability. It'll be easier for people to contribute if they want to, and then eventually we can get to the point where we can start expanding the community in some of the ways that I've talked about. Hey, midlife. I tried to watch your stream the other day. I was even going to go on it, but it was that verticalness. I couldn't even see the people or who was on it. I couldn't read the names or make out who was even on your panel. It just it hurts my brain. It's not made for vertical. I'm old. Yeah, but we've been drifted from nature for a while, and we still have the ability to get back into it when we need to. I love getting out. I feel very spiritually recharged, very spiritualized when I'm out in nature, either camping under the stars or out in the desert or even hiking, like on a day hike. So it can definitely be like tonic and therapeutic. I mean, I'll probably end up doing that out in the woods thing at some point myself. Career day. Oh. Oh, right, because you don't really see the parents, so you get to know them as kids, and you have more in common than that separates you, so you all bond, and then you meet the parents. Yeah, but I gotta say, all my group of kids, the parents were off. Like I became their adopted son to half of them, and um, they were all very, very welcoming. Great. I never felt treated differently by the kids' families at all for being not one of them. Let's see. Oh, well, good, not lost. That's I remember that. Yeah, whatever it is, I think it's instinctual. I think it's native to the human animal. I think it's gonna always be. I haven't. I've been cruel to people and lashed out. I can be a bully. I've been a bully. I used to harass. Get this in the fourth grade because the way my town was set up, Head Start through third grade was all in one school, one building, and then in another part of town at a different school, the big school was 4 through 12, and the fourth through the eighth graders all had one side of the school and they shared a playground together, and then the high school part had a different playground. And so when I got from third to fourth grade and got to this new school building with the older kids, I was very aggressive. I was harassing the eighth graders and the older kids on the playground at recess. They would run to the office and be like, "How do we make this kid leave us alone? Like he's picking on us. He's teasing us. He's harassing us." I don't know why I did. Like I to this day I don't know. I remember doing it. I don't know what my psychology, like my thought processes were. I think it was like at the earlier school, I was used to being one of the kings of the playground. I was one of the people that all the kids came to play games, to think of games. Red Rover and what is it? Simon Says and Mother May I. We would play superhero game. We'd like act out superhero stories on the Jungle Gym. I was all of that, and so at this new school, when I had to share the playground with older kids, I think it was like territorial. Like I wanted to show them that this is still my playground. Like I'm still gonna do my thing here. Don't think that just because I'm the young kid or the new kid that this is your territory. Let's get that clear. So I think it came from that, honestly. But I did. I would terrorize the older kids. All right, let's see. I've never they have bears up here and I've never encountered one yet. I don't know what I would do. I see the bear boxes. I know you're supposed to have bear spray. You're supposed to keep your food packed. I did go camping in the Smokies and you would see bears around the campsite, the little black bears or brown bears. And when you're driving, they would just walk right in front of the car. You'd have to stop your car and let the bears cross. They were that friendly and desensitized to humans. And I didn't feel dangerous around them at all. Like they didn't feel dangerous to me at all. But if I saw a grizzly, I don't feel like I'm good with animals. I feel like with the autism, I would fuck it up somehow. Like I wouldn't read the animal right and I would send the wrong signal and I would be the one that would get on its attention because that's what happens with humans. Home 300,000, that's it? It seemed I thought it was like millions of years. Black bears where you are? Because here I think they have grizzlies. And the other thing they have is cougars or mountain lions. And I think they have a few wolves, although this was a part of the country where they were trying to cull the wolf population in part of Washington state. So that's that. Okay, I think that's all the comments. Wow, we're for 40 minutes already. I guess I'll go to the top of the hour, and then I don't know if Frank and Bex are still out there, but we could always do another episode. Survivor's getting really good. It's the last season available of Australian Survivor. So after this, I think there's no more. So we're really savoring this one. Oh, they're reintroducing. Did they get them too low? I know in Louisiana they have all these laws about how many animals you could kill. They have like what do you call them? The game wardens that patrol. And there's certain times of the year where you could kill a certain amount of certain animals, and they calculate it to because of the to keep the population levels where they need it to be. I grew up in a family of hunters. I was like one of the few people that didn't. I shot a gun once when I was younger. I did. My stepfather took me out with the rifle, and I hated it. It's not something I wanted to keep doing. I didn't eat any of the animals anyway. I don't like game or any wild animal. I was happy with beef, chicken, crawfish. So there was no point that I saw no reason to learn to hunt. But all of my brothers, stepbrothers, dad, stepdad, uncle, pretty much every male in the family. Hunting is a big, big tradition there. And so there was always gun racks in the house with guns or gun cabinets. There was always taxidermied ducks hanging from the wall. Um, There's like a hunting closet where they kept all the big boots and the hunting camo and all that stuff. That was on the patio. It was normal. It was like I never thought that hunting would not be a thing that people would stop doing or that people would have problems with. Inland. Wait, what? What? Okay, I gotta look this up. Grizzly polar bear. Does nature not have mechanisms to? I guess they don't. If there's people like me, there's probably grizzly polar. Wow, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous, actually. Look at this. They look like chocolate vanilla swirl. These are some nice looking animals. Look at this. But they're mean. You said. How could that be mean? I don't believe it. I think you're spreading gossip. Look at this. Growler bear, they call it. Grizzly polar. Hey, little bear. Oh, yeah, you too, Colt. You know, I always enjoy your presence, your participation. Even when I don't, I do. I value you and I appreciate you. So, if any other Jeff tells you otherwise, they're a troll. Don't believe them. Take care, Mr. B. All right. Well, this might be one of those short evening streams. It's early yet, though. I may be out tonight again with insomnia. Like I said, I do this more for people that need it than for me. Um, I can I have plenty of people I can connect with when I need to. Although I'm still trying to find those 5 people that I want to. Five's a lot. Sometimes, like even if I've had one, that's been all I've had, and that's been more valuable than anything. So 5 is ambitious. Maybe I'll do 3. Maybe I should start with one. One person. Where's my? Oh, I don't know. He hasn't been around in a while, actually. And last time he was here, he hardly said anything. He sat there quietly and he contributed every now and then when he had something to say, but he wasn't any different than any normal, well behaved panel guest. You looking for them too? I know. Because I think what I deceive myself into believing is that because this is YouTube and you have access to the entire world, that your pool has just increased. So the chances of finding those 5 people now are just it's going to be easier now. But I think it's like the haystack just got bigger. You still now you have to find 5 needles in an even bigger haystack than before. Hey, freak, what's up? Ow. All right, well, let's check the Skreets again. What's Provo doing? Is he still harassing? Provo and Steve trying to get him to say Christ is Lord. Christ is Lord. Maybe. I'm still waiting on a sign, but I'm willing to believe. Maybe. All right. Did Tommy ever get his show going? He's sitting under his ceiling fan. It's like a Twin Peaks ceiling fan, except it's turned off. That's it, really. That's all I see in the panel verse. So I guess you're on your own tonight, unless I come back later. He had he didn't have Talcott on, but he had a video of Talcott that he was like commenting on, and now it's him and Steven, you know. All right. Well, I don't know. Should I go 10 more minutes or is that just wasting time? Let me check it with my crew. All right. You just entered into Tommy's chat. I pulled him up twice already, and I still can't figure out what he's talking about, what his stream is about. So. The panel verse, I wanted to say it's fun. The panel verse is fun, and it is. It needs new. It needs new wildlife, new flora and fauna in it. I'd like to see it team with content. It's the new happening. It's the new where it's at. Or maybe that's TikTok. Maybe this is more like the home, the shady acres. All right. Well, I feel silly just sitting here, just to wait for a clock to run down. So I guess I will end it. Possibly be out here later tonight, but probably more like tomorrow. So take care, everyone. See you then. Whenever then is. Oh, um, Busker just showed up in the back. I was about to end it. I guess we'll check it with Busker for a little bit. Hey, Busker.
How you
I was
doing,
about
man?
to wrap up, but what's going on?
Not much. I gotta change my avatar. That's a plant my neighbor's growing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, Not much, man. I like how you fight against the DEI bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna win, but I definitely.
Well, I mean, there needs to be more people like you, man. No shit.
Yeah, part of it is I don't care about the consequences of speaking up. I never have. But some people, their livelihood is tied to it. Their families, they
Exactly.
have other people to take care of besides themselves, etc. So even
Exactly.
the ones that want to speak up are
Yeah, they
not
don't.
always in a position. Like
Uh,
everyone ultimately is in control. It can speak up if they choose, but they're not always in a position to do it
I know.
in a way that's not going to damage them.
Yeah, like it's like for me, like I'll speak out about like all the bullshit, and I don't give a shit anymore. I don't have a job. I don't fucking I have MS. I'm in my house all the time. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
whatever's.
it doesn't cost me anything. I mean, it does, but it's a price I'm gladly willing to pay for reality because like I need my mental health is more important than anything, and this stuff is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Wait,
gotta say, jumping on panels has helped me out, and not helped me out, but has in the past, like a lot of it has helped me out.
yeah,
I'd
me
say
too.
more good than bad.
Me too. I think, and on the balance, it's had more positive effect for me, but it also has its pitfalls too. If with the wrong dynamic, the wrong crowd, the wrong people.
Oh yeah, like I unsubscribed to a lot of these panel channels where they all fight each other, and I'm just like I can't do this. I mean, like I've hopped on them, and I'm just like, okay, I got nothing to say. You guys are just fucking having some beef, and I don't need to hear it.
It's wasted opportunity,
Yeah,
and they could do so much more with the channel. Freak. They even they have this weird idea that we don't want people to learn about black people. Like we're trying to keep people from learning black history. And like nobody I know is doing that. Even when I was in school, they taught us all of that.
yeah. Black History Month, like they told us all kinds of stuff about the Black history, and I remember when I was going to elementary, middle school, and high school, and you know,
Yeah, me too.
I
And
mean,
I mean, we went to school with black people. They definitely learned their history, and we
that's
learned it along with them.
yeah. Like I didn't have any problem with any of them except for the ones that fucked with me. Like a lot of the ones around here, real bad. Yeah,
Freak, I think you're right. I think it is. It's like social authority. It's like power games, is what it is, and that's going to happen anywhere you have people, though. There's just, I guess, sophisticated ways of navigating it, and
yeah,
more primitive ways. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not exactly free of the primitive myself.
So what do you think's gonna happen with this whole shit show they've been pushing down our throats?
Which one?
The presidential bullshit.
Oh, I have no. I think Kamala's probably going to end up winning, but I'm
Yeah,
purposely not paying attention to any of it because, like, it is exactly what you said. There's going to be so much shit they're spraying
dude.
at us over the next 4 months
Oh
that
my
I'm
god, like
deliberately putting my shields up and I'm not even
you know
paying
how I
attention
called
to it.
every president since Obama? How I called that every single president was how much the fucking media was like either pushing them bad or pushing them good. If they're on really on the bad side, then they'll get really popular. You like they'll allow them the bad side, and then they'll just take them away. And then Kamala, when you look up now, like I've heard that when you look up Trump, you get shit about Kamala on Google.
Let me look. Let me
That
try.
was the first thing I heard. That
Um, Election 24 live updates Harris VP search narrows. Here's how Trump can distance himself from Project 2025. Trump's operation says it needs money. Is that the real Joe Cool? In the
That's good.
flush what was that? A pipe? What do you have?
Oh,
What are we looking
that
at? Oh, you're out
a microphone.
on the microphone. Okay. Are you watching Cops?
Not really. I'm waiting on a buddy to show up.
Oh, okay.
What are you guys up to?
Just hanging out, chatting.
What are we chatting about?
Um, Trump, he said if you Google Trump, it pulls up stuff about Kamala. So I was
yeah,
seeing what, but I also use DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google
yeah, I
to
Yeah,
think
search.
maybe it's just Google. I mean, I just heard about it on a couple videos. A couple different people were saying
Well,
it.
let me try Google.
I didn't really look it up to check for myself, but I just figured, well, maybe somebody knows.
man, it
Well, a
take
lot
two
of the
seconds.
headlines are about Trump. They mention Kamala, but it's in relation to Trump. But she is in every single headline.
Very
Yeah,
good. That
see,
makes more sense. Well,
that's
it would be tied to Trump. That's logical. But as long as it ain't just going to Trump sites, that's what I thought you were saying.
Um, no, but he does have Aside, is he on Twitter? I don't even follow him. So this Joe, you voting for Kamala? Is she your woman?
Yeah, black power, bro. We got to get more black
Is
females
she
in there.
black though? We're not. What is she? She didn't start out black.
She's multiracial.
That's good
So
for the country, right? That could bring
Do
unity
you
to
like her
us
as a
all.
person, or is it just because she has the
No,
right shade of color?
her policies, man. She's gonna get those Republicans out of office. She's hard on Republicans. That's all I care about, man.
she looks
You don't
kind of.
want any Republicans in office at all.
No, they're bad guys,
Her
man.
color's kind of beige. I think her skin color. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Like
She
I was.
said she's Indian. I saw her in videos talking to other Indian people, saying how proud they all were to be Indian together.
Oh yeah, man. Like back in the I don't know how long ago it was, but I heard that she was talking that she was Indian for certain functions, whatever it was, and then now she's black. She's going to be the first black vice president.
It's fine either way. I mean, I don't like her. The reasons I don't like her have nothing to do with any of that anyway. So it's fine for her to be whatever identity she is.
Man, she's a multicultural woman. I mean, she should stick to that.
Yeah.
That would earn points with me. If she said that a multicultural. If she could just dispel all this bullshit.
I'll be honest.
No, Indians are saying they're African. It's the other way around. She's Jamaican. I think she's part Indian and part Jamaican.
Yeah, and something Caribbean or something.
Yeah, but Jamaican's not in Africa.
Nope, she's not African, but Jamaicans they can have blacks. But
I
Haiti
want,
has.
I want to be honest with you.
That's what we want.
Yeah. I don't. I think that both any side at that high political level are evil tricksters. Like for instance, I was watching Trump,
Yeah,
and he was firing him up. The whole speech was those evil fucks are coming over here. They're gonna rape and rob you. We got to get them out of here. You'll die. Inflammatory nonsense. As a holy cow, I picked the right hotel.
Yeah, I would agree. And so you think both sides are gonna
yeah,
do
dude,
whatever
I'm with them.
advances their agenda?
I think they have all been bullshit for fucking decades, man. Every fucking time, it's just it's a pony show.
Yes, my life won't change greatly, and they've conditioned me.
You
Uh,
might get some reparations. Remember us. I might be monetized by then. You could slip me a super chat or two.
Well,
I,
seems like
I'm not.
fucking.
I don't. Am I wrong? I don't want it to be money. Am I wrong? I want it
Just
to
weed.
be
Can they
land,
pay you in weed?
weed, and land. I want them to do
Are
something
you
different.
descended from slavery? Are you what is it, ADOS?
Actually, I am Cherokee and black. Uh, my father's like sisters and aunties and shit. They look like the Indians in the fucking pictures. Their hair, they sit on their hair. They got all like a really dark Indian. All the
You
wrinkles
could
and
probably
shit.
get reparations for that too from
You
the
could
Cherokee
get like
stuff.
a
I have
double,
Choctaw in me that I could try to work too
Uh, yeah.
because they got treated pretty badly as well.
dual reparations.
They can't pay our bills now, to be honest with you, man. It's crazy how since 2020, back then I think 3.4 trillion dollars was the deficit. Since then, these last, I guess, three presidents, but shit, since 2020, we just had Biden. So my math is wrong. Between Trump, Obama, and Biden, they put in something like 80% of the money that we got in the circulation. They printed out a thing that I think the deficit was like 3 trillion before they started that nonsense.
Wow. So starting with Obama,
Yeah,
we
man.
have 80% more money than we had before he started.
Yes. And
It's like
uh,
a lot.
he did some incredible amount. I mean, when you look at the guys who printed the most money, Obama's at one of the top of the
Was it
list.
part of that housing banking fiasco
It
that he had to
probably
try to
was, right?
fix?
He came in the gate and gave away a couple
Hmm.
$1 trillion twice.
I remember that. I was so disappointed in him because I had
Me
voted
too.
for him.
Me too, John. And then I was so disappointed because the first time he gave him the money, said everything could be okay. They gave the money to as bonuses to their CEOs and shit, and to hire new people. And then the news, everybody, all the people went crazy,
Yep.
and then he paid them the money again. Like, wow, this was a setup. Your plan.
Maybe we are an oligarchy.
Maybe we're an oligarchy. I think so. Do you think so? I think so, man.
I
Yeah.
don't
Seriously.
know. If we are, it doesn't feel that different from a democracy on the ground level where I'm at.
I think I hear where you're going with this. Let me think about it. Yeah, pretty much. Even if it's an oligarchy, it's pretty much what democracy is gonna look like. I think that's a lot because they've attuned motherfuckers to think that this is what democracy looks like, rulership, and everybody compares the democracy to this. So yes, this is going to be a
Because
standard.
we're technically we're mixed. We're not a pure democracy. We're a constitutional federal republic or representative democracy,
And we use socialist shit. I'm sure some
hmm
communist shit.
which I think we need at some area. I don't think we could be purely capitalist.
Yeah, man. Because like, if there wasn't SSDI, I'd be fucked.
Hey, big booty Jess. Yeah, I'm smiling, Jess, because I think the last time I saw you, Tao got kicked me.
Uh
I was wait. I was
Oh, you was
Sunday was a
racist.
bad day for me.
You was
It never
racist.
oh. Is that
happened.
when you
It
had
never happened.
your spell?
Yeah, I had my spell.
That was funny.
We'll call it that. I'm sorry for that. It was stupid,
I forgot
but
all about that till I saw your ass. He was like, "Hey Joe, you're a pretty humble cat." I was like, "It's all about me, Joe."
I missed that.
it
I didn't go
was
back and watch it.
it was great, bro. Shit.
Well, hey
Matter of
guys.
fact, there's a short. You play videos, Jeff, on here?
It depends. I mostly worry about copyright stuff. So
Well,
what's it
it's
from?
one of mine. It's a short of mine. I think it's
Do you have any music in it that's copyrighted?
it goes with the short. It's cool. It's monetized and everything. It's cool with YouTube.
Can I play it on mute?
Yeah, you should play it. You can play it. It's just a
I,
regular short with
I
what
tell you what.
music.
Put it in the back and I'll take a look and I'll see if.
I don't. Let's just go to my channel. I don't. I'm not talented. Matter of fact, I'm on an iPhone. I can't
Do
go to
you want to
YouTube.
share your screen with it?
I don't know how.
All right. So you want me to go to
Just
your channel and
yeah,
find it?
and
All
I
right.
think it's the last short I made, and there's one with Mel before that. You'll crack up on that one too.
All right.
is the short about me?
No, one's about Mel and one's about the Jack kicking me off. Somebody. Oh shit! It
Oh,
ain't
okay.
on my channel. It ain't on my channel. Somebody else did it. I'd have to
Oh, okay.
find
Because
it.
I'm seeing I'm a hustler. It's a lady with like a
Yeah, that's
leash in
Mel.
her mouth.
You can watch that one. That's Mel. You can
Oh,
watch
yeah,
that
that
one.
one doesn't have any
That's
copyright
Mel.
music.
That's Mel. Yeah.
Look at.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for having me up, Jeff.
All right, buddy.
Oh yeah, you too, Busker.
Hey,
Good to see you. Take care. It had some music on it that has me nervous,
It's
like
it's cool.
dance music.
You're good. It's cleared and all of that bullshit.
I know, but I don't. I keep getting takedown notices.
You
he's
said you.
scared.
Yeah, yeah.
He
You
doesn't
just
like
it
you.
should be totally clear. In fact, YouTube cleared it themselves, and they don't. You know. You know. They don't. Even, they hard on me. They're hard as fuck on me, bro.
I thought that was the people. They had
That's
Ripper.
so
They have a
funny.
DEI department, don't they?
Oh,
Google, YouTube.
I tried. I don't know.
I thought you had your people in there looking out for
Yeah,
you.
I tried, man. We just powerless because of the white power structure.
The white power structure. You on here trolling
Yeah.
the the Jess, do you know about the white power structure? Are you part of it?
I'm part of it.
Yeah, I had secret meetings and everything. You can't drill phone with
No,
me, man.
I look too Spanish. They're like, you look Spanish. You can't. I could be, so I don't know my dad. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, like
you're right.
nobody knows who's white anymore. They can't have white power.
No, I'm serious. Even when I was younger, I remember because I live in I live in Florida, so there's a lot of we have a lot of Spanish people. And I remember the Spanish, like even the Spanish girls, they'd be hanging out. We'd hang out, and they'd be like, they'd call me. They say they one time one of the friends like, yeah, we thought this in middle school. We thought this guy was so hot, and he was Spanish. And the other girls, like, they're like, he's not that hot. And the Spanish girl's like, well, us Spanish girls, talking about me and her, we need to stick together. And I got her. And I was like,
Yeah,
um,
sister.
no, I was like, I don't know. I'm not, I think I'm white. And then even I don't know. But she's like, really? She's like, you look really Spanish. And I'm like, I got that my whole life though. Like people be like, "You're Spanish." I'm like, I could be after
I got an ex
I
who's
could
got
be.
some
I don't know my
Spanish.
dad, so
I got an ex who looks just like you. Spanish looks just like you. When your picture popped up, my heart jumped for a second. I was like, this bitch following me.
and you
Well,
are
I don't.
right. Even at my skinniest, Joe. Even when I was skinny as a little rail, I still had that little butt, or big booty Jess.
Very good. Yeah. She saw somebody booty. I was like, that's not that. That's why I call it big booty Jess.
But how you doing tonight, Jeff?
I'm okay.
That's
Just
good.
chilling out in the streets.
Out in these YouTube streets.
Yeah, these YouTube streets.
They're dangerous, bro. You gotta be careful out here.
They're very bizarre.
Stay, stay
They're
strapped at
weird.
all times. Watch out for the ops, bro. They'll get you if your back.
You never know what's real.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of
Nothing
strange.
apparently is real.
I'm
I don't know.
real.
Wait. I was about to say, I'm meeting Crispy, so I shouldn't say nothing is real, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say
Oh
nothing.
yeah. Are you driving out tonight, or are you already like out and about, or you just
Well,
smile? Okay. Sorry. See, I'm too real. I asked too many questions. Like, shush.
Oh, what
But
you talking
okay,
to me
gotcha.
or Joe?
I was, I
this
was,
is
I was
talking
talking
to
to
me.
Joe.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
right. But
Actually, I'm waiting on it right now. Actually,
So are you in
I love
Chicago? Is that
podcasts.
Chicago?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio. Okay. You travel around a lot, huh?
Yeah. We're going to see Flo tomorrow in Kansas.
Is this a guy you know? Like nothing untoward is getting captured on the stream, is it?
Yeah, so I need to. This is where I get my dope. I'm going on a long trip. I need to come
I'm
out
not
here and
gonna
meet
have the
my.
FBI subpoenaing my channel.
I need to meet my plug out here. Meet my plug for my trip. Yeah,
Oh, I'm excited.
You'll be fine.
yes. I did that one time. I hit 3 dispensaries and because I was going to be in Texas for I don't know a few weeks, a month or something, and police pulled me over 5 minutes into Texas and
Oh,
took my shit.
oh my gosh.
For just some random stop, no reason at all.
Actually, it's I now know that he sits in his pilot gas station and runs out of state plates. As I've been looking into him, cause no fault the tickets and shit. I'm going to Texas in a week too, cause I'm still fighting that shit.
Oh wow. How long ago did this happen?
They've been stringing this out for a couple years now, man.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been just crazy. We've been doing paperwork and balance. It's 2 traffic tickets and and paraphernalia, a weed bowl. There's no jail time
Oh,
attached, and the fines are less than $1,000 total. And I've been fighting this shit for years. Man.
oh my
I've
God.
spent way more than that on gas going back and forth. Way more than with
Jeez.
that.
You would think they would just thrown it out already.
this
But
cop.
you guys are waiting each other out. None of you guys are both you too stubborn.
It's weird. This cop shot a motherfucker, and then he
Oh,
became chief of a small town, and they're all the officers are in one really tiny shit. They know each other. It's spooky, bro. It's really fucked, and all their income comes from out of state stops like this. So I was
oh,
like, man, if someone gonna battle them, it might as well be me. I made a video about it, man. They shot the kid. He had a stolen car. Him and his friend. They were in California, wanted to get back to Chicago or St. Louis or something. Stole the car, and then the police lit them up, and they ran. And the police shot them in like the back of the neck. They were standing outside the car, and the kids gunned it, and they shot her in the back of the neck and the back, I think, and one of them died.
ugh, that's
It's in
rough.
one of my joints. And I was introducing motherfuckers to the police who I'm going against in court. He's evil, bro. He's evil. He pulled me
Yeah.
over for no reason. He ran my plate. He saw a white girl get in the car. He followed me out of the gas station, pulled me over, and said I swerved 7 times, hopping lanes and shit. I was like, it's recorded, bro. And he was like, well, you switched lanes without signaling. He changed it up. He said
Oh,
I smell like weed. He searched the car. It was just a bunch of bullshit.
You smell. He thought you smelled like weed. Just smell, or did he say I could see the weed, see the
It's
clouds
like coming
to
from
you?
the odor of marijuana from your car. I'm gonna search your vehicle.
damn. Yeah, they're.
Uh,
I would. Sometimes you forget like Texas, big places, but they actually some of them, the small little places, they're like,
yeah, they're rough, yeah. Arkansas, little ass towns and shit where they think they're the boss of the town. They told one of my
yeah.
friends to get out of their town.
They usually are the boss of the town.
What do they call those towns where you really? I mean, you, what are they? There's this guy, like the YouTuber, and he mentioned and it's where you shouldn't be in a town after dark,
The
especially
sundown
if you're
towns they used to
down
have.
downtown. Thank you.
They used to have
Yeah.
them.
I
They had one by
remember
us in Texas.
I remember they took the last sign. At least the news article said it was the last sign. Sundown town. Don't let the sun hit you. It call it dark. All that bullshit. Be gone before sun hit the disappear.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, and personally, I like that shit. I remember when they were removing those statues. There's a slave auction with the steps made out of concrete where they used to sell slaves, and everybody got in their fields. And I remember they wanted to tear that up. Well, you fucks
Wait,
better.
what was this?
It's one of the little things that they had the slaves stand on when they auction them.
Oh,
And
like
they,
a
Uh,
historical thing?
yeah, like a historical thing. Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
in the middle of the town and shit. And you could see it when they was in that frenzy of removing statues. They wanted them stairs to go to.
Wow. This
gotcha.
was in Ohio?
I don't know where this was at,
Oh.
but I hope they didn't destroy them statues. And some of them I was okay with getting rid of. Just because I'm in my feelings, and like they was sticking. Some of them was just meant to stick in people's faces and shit. That was the
So you
intent.
think that's okay to get your feelings and tear
Mo-
things up?
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind
Yeah.
of how we got our country in the first place. We got in our feelings about some stuff and decided to
Well, we're
tear
not
shit
Yeah,
paying
up.
any taxes.
three
I wonder what it'd be
percent
like if
tax.
we were. What?
We flipped out and started the country over 3% tax. Now it's in California, it's like 40 something, and motherfuckers ain't
Right.
flipped out yet. It's crazy.
Man, different ways history could have gone. I wonder how things would have been. I don't know. But it is what it is.
I know that black people, if we were in that position, we'd have freed all the slaves because we're just more virtuous than white people.
I thought you were Indian. Cherokee. He said, I think you tried to. I think in whatever group you think is going to give you the edge, like Miss
No.
Kamala,
Us
y'all have
women, we would have.
multiple shades of the card you could play.
Had us women been
It's
part
like
of it.
a paint sample,
Hey,
paint chip.
you women, that suffrage movement y'all went through, it was incredible. If you don't know about it, um,
I,
it
yeah.
was other groups doing it, but not like the one who changed everything. They were like part of the system, and they were buddies with all the big powerful people, and they wasn't getting shit done. And there's one group of ladies like housewives and shit. They was throwing them in jail, taking their jobs, and firing them. It was horrible. Spitting on them and giving them shit. And they stood outside of the White House every fucking day in front of that gate. And then a war kicked off. And it got even worse for them. They were all over the news. How can you not support the president in a time of war? They started locking them up. It got this, and they kept. And it was incredible. It was an incredible story. That suffrage movement shit was incredible.
They earned that shit.
Yeah, I've actually biggest reason one of the biggest reasons why I vote is because I know how hard, you know, other
I
people,
don't always
women
like women.
fought
I
for
don't
or
want
and
them in
men.
power. I don't agree with their policies, but by damn it, they earned that right to vote, and nobody is taking it away from them.
But no, I mean that's one huge reason why I like I ever since I turned 18, anytime little vote, your local vote, I've always voted.
As a
Because
woman, because you are aware of how precious the right
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. I was,
I'm
you
I'm
know.
curious. Had the South won, and they fought for slavery and they won, would you fucking own a slave just because people
Oh,
fought for it? What sense does
fuck,
that?
no,
Our
no, no,
family
no,
did
no, no,
slave.
no.
We
I
did have
am not a
slaves.
Southerner, sir. My family is from a different state. We moved here. I am not.
But that's
Unfortunately, my son
but
was born in the Southern.
that's got nothing to do with my hypothetical here. I'm just testing the logic. If people fought for it, so I should do it. I'm just testing the logic,
Oh
man.
no, no, no. I
Uh,
no. I'm not a. I would have helped the Well, I would have been probably the start. The train would have started and where I was at, but yeah, I hope I would have been a person like that. I mean, you never know.
I assume
But
we would have did the same shit everybody else did. Like you think about the Nazis. As much as I hate it, some of those Jews, right? When they put them in the ghettos and shit, they put other Jews in charge of them and had them do these things, and they were judged harshly. But I wonder, under the same pressures and guise and bullshit, if we were the Nazis, they're telling them, oh, they're gonna kill us. That bullshit, Trump. They're coming to kill us. They were afraid. Uh,
yeah,
I wonder if people aren't just people. I mean, they got great studies that show under authority, people do fucking anything, kill somebody.
yeah. My son actually told me he watched this. It's called The Wave, and
Oh
it's like
yeah,
a
we read that book in high
yeah.
school.
It's based on a true story. This high school teacher, history teacher, the kids they learned about everything that happened in the Holocaust, and they didn't understand how other Germans could just go, even not even though they weren't even like part of the killing, but they could just watch their neighbors be taken away like that, and they just couldn't
Right.
understand how that happened. This really happened. Like, this high school teacher played this not played well, kind of played a trick on the students, like, you have to be this and that, and it got to the point where some people were like, this is getting out of control, and some people were like, you don't want to go against the
Ooh.
wave, and it was like real. And after a while, like, the what was it, the board of the education's like, hey dude, you gotta stop, these children
I
are
heard about that. I bet y'all saw that movie too. I heard about that shit. I remember
yeah.
he was a professor with some students and shit. I remember that. Shit, I was thinking, it made me think about something. I'm losing it.
But it was real easy to get them to convert. I mean, there were a few people that were outspoken, of course, but
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. They're not gonna
You
make
know,
me hurt
you know,
somebody if I don't want to hurt them.
You've seen the little studies like the Milgram one. I think that was the one with the electricity, where they would tell them there's a guy on the other side, don't go over 300 because you'll kill him. But every time he gets the wrong answer, you got to push the button. It gets progressively higher, the voltage. They got actors in the other room. And when he pushes the button and it gets high, they're
uh,
screaming by the end of it. And they tell him, listen, you got to go past 300. for 300 to kill him. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Go ahead. The guy's in the other room. Please don't. Please don't. He's like, I got it, man. I got to push the button.
But
Crazy.
that would give away that it's fake to begin with. Like no one's gonna set up an experiment where somebody dies. Like right then and there, I would know that it's a setup.
It's amazing. I think all failed but one. I think all of them pushed
Well,
the
those are
kill
just
switch.
stupid. They ran experiments on very stupid people.
There's, you got that flight or fight instinct.
Somebody said that
I
was a
know
third.
if I get stuck in an elevator, I have flight. Like, get me out. Because one time the elevator, I was like, I think there were maybe 8 people in the elevator, and we pressed the button and it went rah, 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 and I was like, what? And it was like, I swear it was only a minute, but I looked and my HR lady was actually there, and she's like, Jessica, are you okay? And I'm like, why isn't the elevator moving? She's like, it's okay, calm down. And I'm like, please move out. It scared the crap out of me. But finally it moved.
Oh,
I was like, please. I don't know. Have you ever been stuck in an elevator? It's scary.
Oh,
Especially when there's other
mm-mm.
people in there.
Somebody says Joe deaf or retarded.
They say what? Oh
Somebody
yeah, I
said-
bet you saw that earlier. Yeah. Well, I could almost guarantee he's not deaf. He doesn't always listen well, and he sometimes
Yeah.
talks while other people try to talk, so he doesn't always hear them. But he's definitely not deaf.
Yeah.
No.
So I
And
guess that leaves what other option?
retarded. All right. I
He's
think,
97, guys. Give him a
yeah, some
break.
No, he's
old
not.
man. That's just had a birthday.
I heard
90.
84. I heard 53.
Teasing.
I don't believe anything about his age.
92
I'm gonna have to
years
read the
old.
police report.
Yeah, Jeff, we can go get the police report.
Everybody else did.
Oh, goodness.
I guess if I were interested enough, I could pull it up.
I used to see my shit on every channel every night, bro. It was great.
Your name is Joe Cool. Your last name's Cool.
Yeah, fucking out with the,
Joe
with my
Cool.
rap sheet. and my
Arrest
mug
record. Let's see what
shots
comes
and
up.
shit.
His alias.
On the high seas, Joe Cool boat hijacking and
Yeah,
murder.
right.
What have you been involved in? Joe Cool boat owner sued over 2007 murders. Joe Cool mystery solved.
It was a slow
Joe
year.
Cool boat killers.
It was a slow year that year.
Is your guy coming?
Is this your first time meeting?
I don't know, man. Somebody might have robbed him, yo. Oh,
Do
the
you know this
plug?
guy?
I never met him before.
Is this a grinder date? Are they really a healer? Okay, that looks like a high quality motel there.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I'm already feeling at ease and comfortable about this whole situation.
I saw a badass chick a couple rooms down, man. I can't go in my weed stash spot because motherfuckers on all the banisters. I can't show them where I keep my weed at.
How many grams a day do you smoke?
I don't know, man. I got 3.5. It's gonna take me 2 days to get to Colorado.
Like an eighth, so like a quarter a day. I mean, a 16th a day.
It would depend, right? Like out here on the streets and rolling like this, I smoke a lot, like blunt after blunt. But in the city, mostly I'm editing and shit, and
It's
it'll
not
make
84, 87.
it'll get you
Oh,
too
go ahead.
high. I was saying it'll get you too out of whack, and you can't edit and think right. So I smoke a lot less in the city.
Oh, okay. What time is he supposed to be there? Is he late?
He's like, yeah, it's very close. Very
Or he's
close.
on black time? Black time,
You know it's a black.
You know what I'm
now.
talking about, my brother. Black time.
Nothing's worse than dealer time. Drug dealer time.
Black drug dealer. Time.
I was saying that was my white privilege show and thinking that Expect him to be on time.
I read a really good book about a drug dealer who got caught. Then he wrote the book. But he was talking about, like, I think on my level, I used to wait a lot. It was crazy. It might be the next day and 2 days. He was saying when you go out of town, they give you a hotel room. You got to stay in that hotel by the phone. It be days, weeks, and you're afraid to leave because you got to be there for that fucking phone call. He's like, it get ridiculous. And he said, no matter how cautious you are, the way he got caught was one of the people he deal with wasn't cautious enough, and that's
Oh,
how he got caught.
It's all who you
yeah.
trust. That's why it's so getting it right.
But yeah, I remember back in the well, now there's not really that you don't have to deal with it. Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, I'll be there at noon. And then you'd be like, okay, so I'll see you at 5. You know,
All right, looks like my man's here. He just texted me saying he's
all right, tell you
Are we
if
going to
it's,
get to
I think,
watch, or is this a
are we
private
gonna get to watch?
transaction?
here. You get to
Tell your
watch.
mans I said hi.
I'll introduce you. You might want to get something yourself. I'll introduce you.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I didn't know if your mans wanted to be on camera, right? That's fine.
is this going to put my channel in jeopardy?
If he
No.
does it right, it should.
Oh, so it might. There is a risk.
If he does it
Let
right.
me get my hand on the eject button in case I need it.
Eject
If
Joe,
I
not
take
us.
you off, it's nothing personal. It just means I saw something that made me nervous. I'm not as adept at the criminal underworld.
Yeah.
Come on,
You know,
man.
Jeff, do you ever think about that, man? That if this shit were legal, I assume you think drugs should be illegal. You ever think about what would happen if they were legal? Or you
Like
probably see.
weed or
Yeah.
all drugs.
Let's say starting with weed. Would anything change?
Yeah, I think like don't most states have it now? It,
Uh,
it's not the end of the world.
It didn't. All right, man. It makes me
I
think
think
all those.
states could go ahead and legalize weed. It would. I don't know. Is it one of those issues that should be the states or should it be national?
Who cares? This should certainly be legal, though, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm for it. I
Yes.
wouldn't oppose it at all. We have it
Yeah,
legal up here. It's not causing any kind of major problem.
yeah, I think
Plus,
it.
it's providing a income. It's like an industry that's providing jobs and
Oh yeah, the
opportunities for
taxes they
people.
make off it. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but I know Oregon did that experiment where they decriminalized all drugs, and I think they're rolling that back now.
Oh no.
A plug is it?
Yeah, Oregon signs bill recriminalizing drug possession. Okay, we tried that.
We tried it. It didn't work.
I knew that was you. I was like, Joe,
No.
It's great. Dude.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I want to see my.
We get a solo layout here.
That's my.
Hey, my mans.
Who is that?
You
Hey,
look pretty, sweetie.
This is Gen X
smile
Jeff.
for the YouTube.
That's my weed plug. I'm finna get I'm finna get 2 ounces, y'all. Hold on a second.
The whole world is watching.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
Christy, right? Yeah, that's
Belle's on tonight, too.
That's
Hey, baby
Christy,
girl.
yeah.
I just want to apologize to you.
She
I'm
can't hear
sorry
you.
for Sunday.
She can't
Oh,
hear
she
you
can't
over
hear.
the headphones. Yes, she's going.
Oh,
She's
tell her I'm sorry.
Fucking gorgeous.
She looks good. Where you guys going out? Where'd Jeff go?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm here. I have him on solo.
Oh, we're just looking.
brought you a drink or whatever.
All right, I'm on mute for a second.
I guess there's not really that much to see.
There we go. Did he? You still there, Joe? Oh, he's on mute. All right. Their grinder date was successful. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's not a bad catch, Joe. But I think the panel approves.
Woo!
She seemed very nice.
He's still there, though. He's probably talking to her.
Yeah, I don't blame it. If her or us, I'd probably pick her too.
I probably, me too. Real person or person in the screen? Real person. Oh, I fell and I busted my lip. I was scared. I thought I lost my tooth.
What? Today?
Yeah, there was blood just pouring out of my mouth.
Like
I had
you fell on the
fallen.
floor?
Yeah, I fell on the floor and I hit there was just a TV that had been it was weird, but I fell on the floor. I hit my chin just right. I think my tooth hit. It was bad.
What?
And there
Why
was
are
just
people
blood.
fall? There's so many falling stories on the
I don't know.
Panelverse.
I fall all the time. When I'm old and 80, or I'm gonna be, I'll just have broken hips all day long, every day.
I'm worried I might start falling. Is there a certain age that you just
I've always
like the
fallen.
fainting goats?
It never goes away. When I was in elementary, I remember especially in middle school, I fell a lot. My friends would make fun of me. I'd run into the poles. I'd be talking, you talking to your
Oh,
friends, and
and
I'd
you're not
run
looking,
into,
and you hit the pole.
yeah, yeah, I had fall. I'm like, Jesus, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Just
We
took
watched a girl
books.
do that at school. We were in the bus on the bus waiting for it to leave, and everybody was like leaving school, going to their classes, and I sat there looking out the bus window, watch her head right for that pole. And she was walking like this, talking to her friend sideways, and I saw it happen in slow motion, and she smashed right into that pole.
No. But yeah, my son was so sweet. He was helping me. He got me a Band-Aid and some Neosporin, and he's like, "Need anything, Mom?" I'm like, "Okay." Because you know how I had the surgery yesterday, and I was really tired, and I was still tired today. And hopefully I won't be so tired because they said I shouldn't be tired anymore. And if I'm tired tomorrow, I gotta call them and say, "Hey, I'm still really tired."
Oh, was it from anesthesia?
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
think the reason why I fell because of that, but I mean, I'm just I was supposed to do something and I accidentally slept and I was like, ah, but it was just a little something I had to do at the house. It wasn't like I meet someone, but still. But the Joe. Bye, Joe. Love you.
oh, is
He's
he
so
leaving?
no, yeah. He's so kind.
Joe?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Joe. Well, you say the same thing when I say you're kind. You're like me.
that's.
I'm not kind. I'll rip you. I'll show
I
you
mean,
kind.
I try to be. I'm glad people think I'm not gonna do anything to dispel the impression that I guess I am gonna do that. I don't know. I just want to be realistic with people and transparent and set realistic expectations for them. And I know a lot of times
I
people think I'm more nice or kind than I am, and then they get disappointed when they see the
um,
side of me that's
I
not.
everyone has a bad side, and if you take the good with the bad.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them
I
all,
know.
and there you have the facts of life.
I know it sounds corny as hell,
The
but
facts of life.
everyone has, not everyone's perfect.
Well, I don't know if we're getting Joe back or not. I don't blame him if we don't.
I don't know. But if we don't, have fun, Joe Cool, and have fun, Joe
Yes,
Cool friend.
yes. So we liked her.
You know who that was, right?
No,
It was Crispy Treat.
really? I don't really
Yeah.
know Crispy, but because
Well, yeah,
because I just she's an icon. Like I never saw her in
yeah,
person. So wow. So he's meeting with Crispy Treat in Ohio.
yeah. He's making a little trip and meeting, stopping at people's house.
Oh, I did not know we had Crispy Treat live on the panel.
I
Welcome,
mean, he's
Crispy.
sorry if I blew up your spot there, Joe, but you did speak about it, so I mean, hope it's okay. It's not well. Oh well. But you did talk. It's not like it was a secret or anything. He spoke about it before, so
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's on a panel, I feel like it's in the open. It's on the record. So why
yeah,
pretend
exactly.
that?
You could go back. I'd be like, you can go back to this episode, and this is what he's, So, but no, I agree with you. If it's on a panel, then it's open to the world.
Yep, I think so.
But yeah, so you were up. You were out. You were not out late. Sorry, you were on in your room or in the panel verse late last night.
I was. Was that my insomnia night? One night I was up. I did 2 or 3 panels throughout the night.
Oh, so you felt like, oh, I'll try to go to sleep, and then like what? You're like, I can't sleep. Let me go on YouTube.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
My husband said he downloaded some apps for like for the YouTube channel and crap, and like they want some of the apps wanted numbers, and he's like he really didn't want to, but he put his number down. He said, now I'm getting so many phone calls from telemarketers. I'm like, I'm sorry,
Oh.
but he's getting that all situated for me. So I'm probably 2 weeks. I just decided I wanted to do it like 4 days ago.
Were you able to get your channel back, or are you just going to start a whole new channel?
I think. Well, I've never had like my pro. You mean like because I never
You
had
said
a
like
channel.
you lost your password or something. You couldn't get into
Yeah,
it.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I'll have to see. I have to look into it. If I have to start a new thing, that's fine. But it'll be. I think I hopefully if it's one of my old school passwords, I think I can remember it. I don't, but we'll see.
iPad in here, but I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a
Jeff.
There
charge
I'm
she
gonna have
is.
to.
tube.
I got a bell because we got to do
You
this
know.
thing right.
Yeah, definitely take care of
Okay,
that.
I
Good.
think
Yeah,
this works right here
I don't
too.
want everybody to see
That looks
our
like
business and
alcohol.
shit.
Right.
Okay,
No, I don't. I
yeah.
don't.
I
I
mean, I
don't want
think
to see your
like
business.
you're okay, brother. But yeah,
Did you want me to
when
get
in
that order for
Chicago,
you, Jess? Did you want me to get that order for you?
No.
we don't. Do you? Oh, is that Jess? Jess?
It's Jess.
Oh,
Tell.
hi, Jess.
Oh, hey, babes,
She says, "Hey, babe."
and tell her I apologize for my drunken mess.
She said, "Apologize to drunken shit the other day."
Oh, that's okay.
No,
It
it's not.
happens.
Don't encourage it. No, it's
I'm not
not. Don't ever let
encouraging.
it happen again, Jess.
I tried to help you out, but you weren't gonna listen, so I wasn't gonna fight City Hall.
She had a great
Yeah,
voice, don't
it's
you, man?
get drunk people to listen.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you
Uh,
guys are understandable, though. I
yes,
appreciate that.
it's not a
It's
thing.
fine,
Just
honey.
don't let it happen again. All
I'm
right.
not judgy.
Don't
I
let
don't
him.
judge like that. I don't care.
Actually, it won't happen again. No, won't bye. But Jeff knows I told you it won't happen again. Like that was my
Ooh,
last
yeah.
night of freedom, not freedom, but last night of drinking ever. You don't seem like you don't. Do you drink at all, or a little bit, Jeff,
Mm-mm.
or no?
No, not at all. I used to, but ever since weed became legal, I have had a taste for alcohol at all.
Do you smoke, or do
Every
you
now
not
and
want to answer?
then.
Huh?
Every now and
Okay,
then.
gotcha.
I mean, it's legal here. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
where we're at, it's medical, so but they're
Oh,
trying to.
you'll just have medical. So you have to have a card for
Yeah,
it.
but I mean, you can get the card like
Yeah,
it
that's
right.
how they used to do it here before it went fully legal. You could go see a naturopath and pay $100 to get a medical card.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing here. But they're trying to, which this gives another when I have to vote because they're doing this tricky law. They're like, say yes to the marijuana bill because we want to save our children. It's some tricky law, and you got to read it. I
Like
know it's that
to legalize it to save the
not to
children or to
legalize it,
prevent
to
it.
like make it even like it's already you can't like children. I mean, it's they need to chill. They're doing the whole Save the Children Act. So if we pass this law, which is it's a law like because right now our grade of a marijuana, I mean, it's we got sativa and indigo, and that's pretty much all you got, right? And then you got the milligrams. And they don't go crazy. There's no like 300 milligrams unless it's like unless you are in pain, like you know what I mean, like unless it's real serious. Um, but yeah, like they're trying to like make it so that it's gonna be less. The THC will be less potent because we've got to save the children somehow. It's just a big joke, so people really got to look into it and vote no on it. I got to, it's one of those tricky laws, like, we want to save the children, but actually, no. If you look at the fine print, you know what I mean?
Is it a religious group?
I don't think so. I think it's just the Republican group.
Oh, they don't want weed.
They're not going to get rid of the weed, but they want to like control it a little bit. I mean, they already have control over it, but they want more control. It's like, calm down. It's okay. But other than that, I don't know about the president. I don't know who I would vote for president, but I will definitely vote for the local stuff. You know what I mean?
The weed.
The weed. Hey, it took us we did the first time we tried to do it because you got to get, I think it was 65. It wasn't majority of the vote. It was like you had to get the majority plus a certain percentage. You know what I mean? Like I think you had to get 75% of the vote, which is very hard. So the first time we tried to get just medical, first time we tried to get medical, it didn't pass. And then I don't know if you've ever heard of Morgan and Morgan, but he's from Florida. He's a big lawyer now all throughout the United States, and he really wanted to get this passed, and he got it passed. So he's a pretty good guy. He was probably will be in politics sooner than later. But Ron DeSantis, now that is someone. I mean, I can handle Don. I can't even think of his name. Sorry, Trump Jr. I cannot think.
Trump.
Yes. Ever since, I swear, I think I'm broken. I do think I'm going to have to call the doctor tomorrow and say, I think the anesthesia broke me, guys. I even was telling my son. I was like, my brain was like, I'm forgetting things too. I'm a little scared. But
Well,
yeah, so
see,
Trump. I think I'm broken.
see how you feel in the morning and
Yeah, hopefully
like
I won't
message
be.
a nurse or something.
I will. Yeah, I'll see. I'll see if I see. I can't get it out. I'll see how I feel in the morning, and yeah. But like all day, I was tired. I'd watch TV and I just doze off, and you know, and then I was telling my son, I was like, I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, and he was talking to me, and we joke about stuff, but. He's like, well, Mom, if you don't feel well, if you still feel very tired and you still feel like kind of loopy in the brain, you got to call the doctor. And I was like, I know, but I don't want to. He's like, but you gotta. I'm like, okay. Yes, yes, my son. He's so sweet. He was technically he has a brother, but his brother's 6 years older than him. So so my son's like kind of an only child, but not, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
but anyways, sorry for my brokenness, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Well, no. I hope you get some. I hope you get some good rest, and
Yeah.
or like wake up less broken.
But
I
you
hope
will.
it's not
I'll let you
hope
know.
you're not broken.
I'll, when you when I see you live, I'll either put not broken or I'll just hop in. I'm like, I am not broken, or I'll be like, I am broken. I'm at the hospital.
Oh God. Well, I hope it's not that. I hope it's just anesthesia working its way out of the system.
Hopefully. Sorry, I know. I got a little bit of morbid sense of humor, and I had a really good friend who had the like same type of sense of humor, and I would call and we just make fun of like we just the silliest shit. And unfortunately, she passed away in February. And every time I have this like silly morbid joke, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I wish she was around because she would get it, you know. But it's all groovy. But I do think, you know, it's funny when you're talking about you're just hanging out in these streets in YouTube. They're the streets. You gotta watch out for those alley cats too.
They are. They are the digital Skreets, the virtual Skreets.
Every once in a while, you're like, why are they saying my name? I don't even know why. I haven't talked to them. Don't talk about me. No, it's just funny.
Yeah,
But
that happens. I watch random panels and I hear my name. Like,
you're
oh,
like, shit,
people
leave
I don't
me
even
out.
know are talking about me. Some of them I do know.
No, it's like,
I appreciate the Cash App thing. It's you have to put the two after it, or it's gonna go to some other Gen X Jeff. But I don't. Let me pull up my site and see why it might not be working. Um,
do you have a banner or
a banner. Well,
like
I
like
did.
like or like
Yeah, I have one that crawls on the bottom. I turned it
crawl?
off,
Yes,
but I do.
oh, gotcha. Oh, why he's everyone like and sub and like it, please,
Yeah, we're
and share.
almost there. Like we got, I think 60 to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, sub, like, sub, and share it to Twitter if you want, if you have to.
okay, this is weird. It's wanting me to enter all kind of financial information just to get into Cash App, and I don't feel
Huh.
comfortable about this. So I'll have to let me know if DM me on Discord, and I appreciate the just the thought. Honestly, you know,
Aw.
I'm very very touched. We're a very grassroots operation around here. So
That's what one thing I wish I like because I'm pretty. I mean, I'm not like broke but I'm broke enough where I'm like, right now I have to, watch how I spend my money, and sometimes I do wish I could spend spend it on other people, but once I think one day the time will come, because I used to when I had extra money and
Mhm.
stuff, I would spend it on people, you know what
I
I
did
mean?
too. I
I was
loved
very
it during
generous.
COVID.
Yeah.
I was supporting all kind of Patreons, and get YouTube memberships and help out all my Twitter friends. I loved being a patron.
Yeah. But yeah, I would I mean, like even real life friends, I'd be like, hey, they'd be like, you want to go drinking? They'd be like, sure. And they'd go, I don't have much money. I was like, it's okay, it's on me, let's go. Or you just want to go eat? Oh, I used to have me and my work buddy, she would be like, I'd be like, you fly? I was like, or she would fly, drive, I'd call it that. You fly and I buy. And she was like, what does that mean? I was like, because my mom would say that. I was like, oh, it just means you drive and then I'll pay for the meal. And she's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I used to do that with my, coworkers, pay for their meals, but they would pay for me back. It was fun. I miss working sometimes. But anywho.
Yeah, I remember those days.
When's if you don't mind me asking, when's the last time you were employed?
Employed?
Yeah, when was the
Like a
last time
real
you were?
job.
Yeah,
I've told this story on stream several times, but I
I
lost my
think.
job 3 days before COVID. So we lost the job,
Wow,
and then we had to put the cat down, and then we got caught like lockdown call. It all happened within 3 days of each
oh
other. So it was
shit,
boom, 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 boom. Life changed that drastically, that
oh
fast,
shit.
within days.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
And
sorry about that.
I've never come out of lockdown. So whatever happened on March, I think it was March 13th,
Uh-huh.
I've been living that same way ever since. I never went back
Oh
to
man.
normal life after that,
Well,
nor
you
will
know,
I
I
probably.
know you lost. I think I've heard you because I think I've heard you talk about losing your or around COVID, but not like the whole bam, bam, bam. You know, the three things in a row. Um, but
Yeah,
man,
like 4 days before COVID was a completely normal day,
mm-hmm.
and then the next day I got fired. Then
Oh,
we had to take the cat to the vet and put her,
mm,
let her go. And then the day after that, they're like, everybody has to stay in their apartment. We come out, there's a global pandemic. And I'm like, oh my God, my heads were just spinning from all. And that was kind of a foreshadowing of 2020, because 2020 is the year that every single thing under the sun that could happen happened.
yeah, I agree. Well, I'm sorry that, and I hate that. I hate that saying, but I swear it comes in threes. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always like, stop it. But how long? I feel bad for you, kitty.
Well, it was my roommate's cat, actually, but
No. Okay.
she was part of the family.
Yeah. My well, I told you my mom I don't know if I told my mom got diagnosed with cancer in February. Not February, I don't know why I said that. My brain is literally broken. Holy fuck. My mom got diagnosed with cancer in November 2019. Do not know why I said February. Anyways, and then uh COVID hit and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of the only silver lining about her cancer situation was there was like no one on the roads. Like we could get from point A to point B and like, you know what I mean? Usually it
Oh
would
yeah.
take us like, you know, it would take you 30 minutes because of traffic, but us it would just take us, you know, 5-10 minutes if that. We're like, damn. I don't know why. I think my brain's broken, Jeff.
Yeah. You want to call it a night and get some rest and see what
I
happens in the
think I
morning?
will. I am sorry. I can't even. Holy hell! I don't even know why I said February. I do. I need rest, and I'll. If you're live or whatever, I'll check in with you. But yeah, I'm gonna rest it up, and hopefully sleep will
Okay. Yeah.
unbreak
See
it.
see what happens. Just unwind for the night, and
Yeah,
or
I
wind
think
down
that's
and
smart.
see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right. Well, thank you, Jeff. Well, you have a wonderful night, and bye, chat. And
You too.
hopefully, I'll be unbroken. I don't know
Yes.
what's wrong.
Hopefully.
I'm
Hopefully you will.
sorry. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
All right. Take care. All right. All right. Well, I guess almost 2 hours. Well, 2 hours tonight. Pretty good. I think that's gonna be the night for me too. I'll be out tomorrow. I'm usually here every day, at least once a day, morning, midday-ish, and then usually again in the afternoon. I used to have a more regular schedule, but I'm trying to organize the chaos in my actual life, so I need to be a little flexible in the streaming right now. But eventually, we're gonna get back up to our. We were more stable at one point. So we'll get back there. Thank you, everybody else, or everybody, for your time, attention, support, being part of this community. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.